So I saw Wonder Woman for the second time last night, and the movie itself was amazing, but I'm not going to talk about that because everyone's going to be talking about that. So let's talk about the soundtrack. Was it good? Let's find out. If you haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, the beginning of this video is for you. I won't get into spoilers until the end. Bibi Bobby, here we talking. Hello, come on, yes. Can you see the camera? I'm your good dog. So I'm totally not biased at all in any way, but my favorite thing about Batman v Superman was that guitar riff written by Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL. It's the Wonder Woman theme, and I'm not a guitarist, but I think it goes like... I feel like if Hans Zimmer had written the score for Wonder Woman, he probably would have been like, oh my god, this theme, it's mine, and it's the best, I'm gonna put it everywhere. And he doesn't, and I'm really glad. And this guy's name is Rupert Gregson-Williams, and I counted, and approximately he uses it only 8 times. And I don't mean he uses it in 8 scenes, he probably uses it in like 3 or 4 scenes. He only does that riff 8 times. And like half of them aren't even on guitar, it's like horns or like strings or something. It starts off really slow, like... It's like really slow, and it's just like a tease of what's to come. And then they do it like fast, but still on strings, like on like viola or something. He's doing the Jaws approach with a theme. He's like not giving you that much of it. He's just giving you little teases of it until she really starts kicking ass and you hear the guitar riff. And like people in my theater cheered when they heard that guitar riff, which is like a testament to how good that theme is. So Gregson-Williams doesn't use the Diana kicking ass theme all that much, but you can hear his influence in the rest of the movie. For example, there's a scene in one of the first actual battle sequences where there's this like really dope like string line, and it uses a lot of tritone. And the whole movie does use a lot of tritone, and that's kind of like a cool nod to the fact that there's a tritone prominent in Diana's theme. And I know a lot of action movies use 7/8 gratuitously, the time signature I mean, kind of just to like liven up the pace a little bit. But this movie I think uses it even more, and since Diana's theme is in 7/8, like it kind of makes sense that they use that. So he's using elements of the theme, he's just not like showing it to you exactly like I think maybe Zimmer would, until near the end when she's like really kicking ass and like being awesome. Okay, so the guy's name is Rupert Gregson-Williams. Let's see what else he's done. Okay, The Crown. Sandy Wexler. Postman Pat. Blended. Jack and Jill. Oh no. Just Go With It. He was Adam Sandler's composer, you guys. He did like exclusively Adam Sandler movies for a long time. That's bad. And he's been doing some blockbusters. He did like Legend of Tarzan, then The Crown, and now Wonder Woman. This is kind of like a big break for him, and he kind of delivered. Like he brought it with this score. There's this moment where she's like doing something heroic near the beginning of the movie, and they do this really cool like 6 to major 4 voice leading. I'll play it real quick. I don't know, I just thought that was really cool. Not really spoilers, there's this big bad evil guy, and his theme is pretty sick. So we're gonna dive into some weird scales right now. The first one is called half step, whole step, diminished scale. It's exactly like it sounds like. So here's the root, then half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half, whole, half, whole. So the whole thing is... That's the scale. And this is the theme. This is like the war theme for that big bad guy. Like, people don't play that scale a lot, and he made a whole theme around it. Also, what I like about this is if you had to place the theme into a scale, maybe I would say like blues scale, but that's kind of boring for composition's sake. The other one that it fits into is half step, whole step, are all part of. So if you want to view the villain as like a foil of the beliefs of the protagonist, then there you go. He's in the same scale, but he's an evil boy, which is cool. I liked that a lot. Also, in the very, very beginning of the movie, there's this like training sequence, and it sounds exactly like Civilization 4, which is like a super niche thing to think, but it's totally like it's got this like tribal drums in the background, but most of it's like horns going like 6, 4. That's actually one complaint I have about the movie, is it uses those four chords in inspirational parts a bit much. I think you can write a more fun to listen to song during the inspirational part that like actually leaves an impression on the listener if you stray away just a little bit from like these chords and like just like droning horns while like drums play in the background. It's kind of tired. We've all kind of heard it before. Not a big complaint, but it's just a thing I noticed. Oh my god. Also, okay. There's this scene where it all gets like silly for a second because we gotta have humor because DC is losing money. So the scene starts where there's gonna be some comedy, and this is what he fucking plays. Like, do you really have to be that corny? And like, I know it's supposed to be a little bit like, oh, haha, wink at the audience, but this is just so, and it's like pizzicato strings, which is like the stereotypical like humor scene in an action movie. I was not feeling it a whole lot, And it goes on, there's a little bit of marimba and like some cool percussion in that scene, but it's really like, oh, there's gonna be humor. Like, here we go. Here's some humor for your movie, which I didn't love. It seemed a little bit phoned in, that sequence did. Now we're gonna get into the spoilery section of this review. So, fair warning, spoiler warning, gonna put it up on the screen and everything. Wait till you've seen the movie, then come back. Also, if you haven't seen this movie, like, what were you doing this weekend? Working? Fuck you. I'm gonna try and keep it light, but there's a twist, and we have to address the twist, because the twist happens musically as well as visually, which is really dope. So Diana's trying to fight Ares. She's trying to figure out who the big bad is, and she thinks that Ares is the other big bad, the guy, but it's actually not. It's a different guy. It's fucking Remus Lupin, which is actually really dope. But this track during his evil monologue plays, and it goes like this. Let's see if I can play it. There's one note that I make it wrong, but let's play it anyway. Do you know what that's called? So, you have half step, whole step, diminished scale. But there's a twin brother, evil twin, which is exactly as you guessed. It's a whole half diminished instead of half whole. And whole half is exactly what you'd think. Whole half, whole half. That's what plays when you find out who the true villain is. But Randon, I see you typing in the comment section. Isn't that an example of that other scale that I totally forget the name of, but it's like you put melodic minor and then do the Aeolian mode of that, which sounds like... And to that I say, yeah, except the 7th is raised, and if it's really going to be modal, then you're not going to raise the 7th. And also, fuck you, I'm trying to make a point, okay? So yeah, I would argue that theme that plays at the end when we find out that Remus Lupin is the villain is actually whole step, half step diminished, which is a cool little inversion of the half-whole scale that we've been hearing for the rest of the movie. So yeah, thanks for watching my soundtrack review of Wonder Woman. Let me know if I should do more of these. I think we need to pay a little bit more attention to soundtracks. Like, I know it's there to supplement the film, but like there's some craft in it, and we should like give the fucking Adam Sandler guy some love, So yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching.